Hello people, this is Jay Kaushal, writer, motivational speaker and life coach. I am back with another interesting astrological reading on transit of the planets, and this time we have the Guru, the biggest planet in the solar system, the planet of optimism, the planet of grace, the planet of wisdom, the planet of charity, Jupiter. And Jupiter is about to move in to the sign of Aries. Now, just in case you're wondering, oh, Jupiter is not about to move into the sign of Aries, what is he talking about? Well, check out the description, guys. I follow the tropical Rashis with the Sidereal Nakshatras and Placidus houses. Although, I feel that the tropical system should be the Vedic system. That is what it was intended to be. But anyways, that's a completely different debate. For those of you who were wondering, I have explained it. Now, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is called Brihaspati or Guru in Vedic astrology, and in fact Vedic philosophy. Okay, because Vedic astrology is just a subset of Vedic philosophy. All the deities, all the devas, asuras, etc. that we talk about in the Vedic literature, that we talk about in our astrology, they come from Vedic philosophy, from the Vedas, from the Puranas, and such. So Jupiter is called the greatest benefic. That's what Jupiter is called in Vedic astrology. It is called a planet who does good for you no matter what, no matter how bad your chart is, no matter how screwed up your planetary combinations are. Jupiter is considered to be one planet who always tries to do good. Now, here's the catch. Jupiter always tries to do good in aiding the purpose of your soul. He may not necessarily help, do good in terms of your materialistic wants, needs and desires. No. The planet for that is Venus, Shukracharya. He is the materialistic guru. He is the guru of the asuras. Guru, Brihaspati, he is the guru of the devas. He is all about spiritual development. He's all about accomplishing your purpose in life. That is what he does. That is what he accomplishes. So anytime Jupiter transits through a particular sign, and every transit lasts 1 year. Okay? Anytime Jupiter transits through a particular sign, irrespective of where that sign is in your chart or what planets are sitting there, whatever, Jupiter always tries to protect that house. Jupiter always tries to give you the results of that house in a fashion that helps your consciousness grow. So even if something bad happens to you as a result of a Jupiter transit, you might want to think, yeah, it's Jupiter caused this to me. No. Something bad was destined to happen to you, is how we look at it. But Jupiter, being the greatest benefic he is, he tried to ensure that you learn the most from that situation, that you grow the most from that situation, and it doesn't harm you as much as it would have otherwise. So now, Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter in Aries, and anytime Jupiter is in any fiery sign, Aries, Sagittarius or Leo, this is actually a good placement for Jupiter, because if you look at Jupiter, Jupiter is a gas supergiant. Okay, and actually the temperature in Jupiter's atmosphere, it's so much that it's impossible for anything to permeate Jupiter's atmosphere beyond a certain level. So Jupiter in fire signs actually does pretty well, because fire signs are actually dharmic signs. Because 1, 5 and 9, if you look at in the original birth chart, as we say, they form the Dharma triangle, and Jupiter is the planet of Dharma. So when Jupiter transits a Dharma sign, which is transits a fire sign, at that time you will see that the energy in the macros changes. And it's something you're going to see in the next few weeks. Suddenly people start getting their act together. They start focusing on improvements in the way that they're doing things. At this time, if you have, let's say, Jupiter in a fire sign in your birth chart, irrespective of Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, The number one thing that you're going to notice about yourself or about a person who has Jupiter in fire signs is that there's going to be a very strong level of optimism in such a person. In the same way, if you have Jupiter in the houses that correspond to the Dharma triangle, the first, fifth, or the ninth house, it has the same sort of an energy. A high level of optimism, a high focus on Dharma, a high focus on duty, a high focus on teaching, learning, respecting the hierarchy, respecting your gurus, respecting your elders, and respecting the social norms of society, because Jupiter is huge on that. And this is actually, you can consider this to be one of the negative aspects of Jupiter, because blindly following the social norms of society can also help reinforce the toxic patterns of society, things like social evils and things like that. So yeah, those are one of the negative aspects of Jupiter, but all in all, it makes for a person who is a very conscientious and a disciplined individual. Okay, and Jupiter in Aries specifically is the energy of learning, is the energy of following the orders, following the rules, following the directions of your gurus. And Jupiter in Aries can give a person, a very high interest in religious matters, philosophy, and law and order, in fact, society, and things like that. But remember, Jupiter never goes against the norms of society. Jupiter is a traditionalist. Jupiter is a pragmatist. Jupiter tries to work within the framework that has already been laid down. That is why Jupiter is also the planet actually of struggle. People say that Saturn is the planet of struggle, but Jupiter actually is also the planet of struggle, but it's a different kind of struggle. Saturn is more material struggle. Jupiter is more, the struggle that you need to go through in order to achieve what you want. That is why people who have a good Jupiter in their chart, they're able to get things easily, because they're able to struggle in a specific direction and get what they want from life. Okay? So this is especially heightened if you have Jupiter in the first house or in the sign of Aries. This energy of Jupiter, Jupiter is coming back into the sign of Aries. It wasn't there in the sign of Aries, it's not coming there for the first time. It was there in the sign of Aries, it went back in the sign of Pisces, now it's coming back in the sign of Aries. Okay? So, therefore, you have this very small window, and if you take the most advantage of it, you can really move forward with it and create a lot of momentum, because Jupiter right now, it's moving fast. Okay? And since it's moving fast, it's going to help you accomplish a lot of things that were lying idle, a lot of things that you had gotten down to but hadn't been able to complete because Jupiter had gone retrograde, and now suddenly it's going to come and it's going to be like, let's do this. Action mode, let's do this. So, I would suggest that you capitalize on that energy. Okay? So, I hope this brief description of Jupiter and Jupiter's energy in fire signs and in Aries was helpful to you. If you want want to watch the rest of the video, you are welcome to watch. We're going to be jumping into Jupiter through the signs, and let's get right to it. Aries, hi. Aries, one thing that has happened for you recently is that there has been a positive change in your workplace. There has been a positive shift in your workplace in terms of the relationships. You probably, it could be something as simple as a, renovation in your office, or something as simple as getting access to better hardware, getting access to better furniture, or, new lights being installed, something as simple as that, to something as complex as you forming key relationships in the area of your work. And this is going to be good for you because Venus has transited into the 10th house. Venus is now in the sign of Capricorn, along with Mercury in your 10th house. So this is good. You also have the Sun in the 9th house, and you have Saturn in the 11th house. So this right now for you, Aries, is amazing energy going on. You have the North Node in the second house. You have Mars retrograde in the third house. Right now for you is the time to take action, to go out there, if you've been thinking about ideas, if you've been thinking about communicating, if you've been thinking about going out there and just being in the limelight, it's the best time period for you. I would suggest that you go out, that you do that, that you be in the thick of the action, be in the thick of things, and you're going to enjoy the kind of people that you come across and also the way that people see you. In this dynamic, Jupiter transiting through your first house is giving you that sense of wisdom, that recognition, that you have something to say that makes sense, that offers value. People might be coming to you for advice. You might be going on a journey. You might be giving philosophical advice. You will get interested in philosophy, in religion, in culture, in things that have to do with society, things that have to do with guidance. Now, one thing to watch out for is that Jupiter transiting through the first house can sort of give you a sweet tooth. Because Jupiter, while it's the energy of wisdom, while it's the energy of discipline, it's the energy of yearning towards your spiritual development and your dharma, it also tends to be, the energy of indulging on food, the energy of indulging on drinks, not alcoholic or non-vegetarian things. Jupiter's energy is mostly sattvic. But in Sattvic, Jupiter wants to enjoy all of the Sattvic things that are out there. See, Jupiter is a traditionalist. It wants to enjoy life. It is all about enjoying life, experiencing life, but within the social norms of society. So what can you do within the social norms of society? What is acceptable? Eating. And eating sweets. Eating sweets is the easiest way of celebrating, right? And it's also socializing, it's also talking, having a lot of discussions, having a lot of debates. So these are some good aspects, but just watch out for the negative aspects. Just keep your taste buds in check, is what I'd say. All in all, this is a very good energy. If you had been, wanting to travel for work for a while, or if you had been wanting to embark on a journey, an important journey like overseas for higher education or something like that, if you have been planning on releasing a book, a video or something of that sort, or if you had been planning on diving deeper into spirituality with a spiritual practice, for example, like meditation or Reiki or anything of that sort, that or a chanting practice, that you had been thinking about taking up. Right now, you're actually going to be doing that. You're actually going to come in contact with people like that. Depending on your chart, these specific energies can vary, but you might at least have a brush up or a brief meeting or a consultation with somebody who talks to you about these things, who offers wisdom and who guides you. And this might well be your father or a father figure, because Jupiter also represents your father figures, gurus in general. Okay, so I would say all in all, it's a great time for you, my lovely Aries. All eyes are going to be on you. Just remember one thing. This is a warning with Jupiter. With Jupiter, always remember never to take Jupiter's gifts for free. Don't take them in a way that you can just use all this good luck and do whatever the hell that you want with it. No, because Jupiter is a strict planet, because Jupiter is a teacher. So be dharmic, because you have such a lot of good things going on for you. That is why I would like to say that focus on being righteous. Focus on playing by the book. Don't get carried away by the good times. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, and that is going to help you a lot. Okay, and also pass some of the good fortune on. Donate, give a little bit to charity. Go offer your service in a church, in a gurdwara, or whichever is your place of worship. You're going to feel a lot better about everything, and it's good to offer gratitude when you have things going on for you. Okay, so thank you so much, my lovely Aries. Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Taurus. Hi. Taurus, I see that in your chart there has been a lot that has been happening, which I have spoken about in my previous readings, but most recently Venus and Mercury have transited into your 9th house, and that's actually pretty good because Venus and Mercury transiting into your 9th house are giving you that sort of optimism about your material goals, optimism about your life path in specific. You might be feeling like you have a lot to offer, a lot to say, a lot to gain, a lot to do, and all in all, this is a very expansive energy that your ascendant lord is in, because Taurus is ruled by the sign Venus. So it's a very good communicative, very good expressive kind of time period for you on the workplace. Yes, there are some struggles. You've been working pretty hard for 3 years, I know, but Saturn is going to change signs pretty soon, sometime in March. So right now, it's an energy of wrapping things up in your area of work, and you've been working very hard on yourself as well, because North Node has been transiting here with Jupiter transiting through your 12th house. The energy that this is actually creating, it's actually a sudden transformation that you're going to be experiencing over the period of this next 1 year. Some of you might suddenly be going into foreign lands. Some of you are going to start getting some sort of gains from foreign lands. Maybe you join a company that is based abroad, or maybe you invested into some sort of an online business of some sort, and that's going to start giving you benefits. There's going to be quite a lot of expenditures though, but these seem to be good expenditures. If you can keep your impulses in check, you're going to be visiting monasteries, places of worship, and most probably the mountains. It's quite possible in this time period, and no matter where you stay, you will be called upon to visit the mountains. So it's quite possible, but mainly what this Jupiter is doing for you is that it's giving you this pull, which is taking you towards exploring the spiritual side of life, exploring more of the side of life that you don't share with people. You're going to want to contemplate on a lot of things. You're going to want to spend time by yourself. There's a lot of letting go also that is going to take place in this period. Some of you might be letting go of some friendships. It's quite possible. Some of your friends might be moving to foreign lands in this period. It's quite possible. But all in all, Jupiter for you, what it's doing is that it's taking you away from this natural nature that you have, which is rooted in the material, being a Taurus. This natural inclination that you have about the material side of life, about the fine side of life, about the luxurious side of life, about the asset-based side of life. Jupiter is kind of taking you away from that energy, and Jupiter is going to force you to look at the esoteric, the spiritual, and the hidden side of life. More imaginative is the energy that is coming along. More of an energy that deals with you exploring your subconscious mind and wanting to also discover more about yourself. And so this is a very it's a period very conducive to self-growth and self-reflection that is going to be starting on the 20th for you, 20th of December, when Jupiter transits into Aries. And from 20th of December, for the next 12 months, this energy is going to be there, and it's going to keep pulling you inwards towards exploring more about your hidden gifts, more about your hidden talents, trying to understand more about yourself, why you do what you do, and does it really excite you, and if not, then why not, if yes, then how much, and a lot of things like that. So it's I would say that this is good if you're willing to work with it. But if you're not willing to work with it, if you're stuck in your ways, which a lot of Taurians are, a lot of fixed signs are, so it's going to be difficult. But what you can do to channelize this energy better is to start doing yoga, start doing a lot of running. It's going to help you out a lot. Start a chanting practice, any chanting practice that you like. Namyo Renge Ko, is one of the most common and most effective chanting practices. So look that up. I've given the link here in the answer. You can check it out. It's one of my answers which talks about chanting, and you can explore it. There are many other chanting practices out there, but the more that you develop some sort of a spiritual ritual in this 1 year period, something that you commit to with discipline every day, spending time by yourself, it's going to help you out immensely in self-discovery and in a lot of ways. Okay, it'll help your spiritual development as well, and you're going to reap the rewards of it next year when Jupiter transits into Taurus. That is when actually you'll be able to take all of this mental clarity and all of this spiritual development and convert it into the currency that you understand the easiest. Money and assets. Okay, so my lovely Taurians, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Gemini, hi. Gemini, this is a great transit for you. With Mars doing its thing, on your ascendant for the past few months, and it's going to be there till March. With Saturn doing its thing, it has been doing its thing in your 9th house for a while, giving you all sorts of changes in your ideology, in your friend circle, in your belief system, in your for some of you marital status and educational qualifications. There's been a lot that has been going on that has been uncomfortable change. Letting go, releasing, and working on yourself, working hard for things. There's been a lot of uncomfortable change that has been taking place. Jupiter here, transiting into the sign of Aries, is going to bring forth a flurry of a lot of comfortable, enjoyable experiences. A lot of wonderful relationships are probably going to be headed your way. Wonderful friendships, short-term journeys, short-distance journeys, good conversations with people, new friendships, possibly a pay raise or promotion for some of you. So this is a wonderful transit for you, and you're going to love this new energy, because this new energy is going to then attenuate the energy of all of the other things which are going to be impacting you for a little more time. For example, Mars is going to be retrograde in Gemini till March. So that self-work, it needs to go on, it needs to continue. Okay? North Node is going to be there in Taurus till I guess June, July. So this process of releasing, this process of spiritual development, it's going to continue. And Saturn also is going to be there in Aquarius for a while. So, these things, they are going to be there. That work that you're doing, the effort that you're putting into improving your life and improving yourself, that is going to continue. But this Jupiter is going to suddenly bring across friends, contacts, references, opportunities, relationships that are going to help you move forward in these endeavors. So, I would say that this is wonderful. This is Great news for you. Okay, and also you have Venus and Mercury transiting through Capricorn. That's also good energy for you. It's helping you get more in touch with your sensual, your sexual side. It's helping you get more in touch with your ideas of security and personal power. It's helping you, explore more of your passions, of your expression, your emotions. And that is also going to transform in this period. So I would say this is a wonderful time period for you, my lovely Geminis. Make the most of it. And obviously with Jupiter, I don't know if I mentioned in the previous two signs, but I'm going to mention it to you. With Jupiter, the easiest way to make Jupiter work for you is to respect your elders, respect your gurus. To teach. The more that you spread knowledge, the more that you spread learning, your Jupiter is improving. And also, obviously, the more that you take, I know everybody's not religious, but, there are aspects of religious practice that you can integrate in your life, which can give you a sort of balance. Because everybody, is born into a different religion, but then there are religious beliefs and ideas that appeal to us, that we make our own through time. Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Cancer. Hi. Cancer. There has been a lot of malefic influence, a lot of malefic planets pushing you to take action for a while now. You've been working hard towards your goals because, North Node has been pushing you in that direction. You've been working very hard to release a lot of things and probably, deal with a lot of mental baggage, psychological baggage, resolve a lot of emotions, a lot of mental stress, probably anxiety, aggression. That has been because Mars has been going retrograde. And then dealing with a lot of issues related to your personal power, a lot of issues, emotional hang-ups, etc. because of Saturn. This has been going on for a while, and you've been hard at work with a lot of things, and I've said that in a lot of previous readings as well. But, the recent change that has come about is Venus and Mercury transiting through Capricorn, which has definitely brought about, you must have noticed in the last, 10 days or so, which has brought about a lot of harmonious influences in your life in terms of relationships. All of a sudden, you might be noticing that there is this, sense of peace that you have in one area of your life at least. Dealing with people, dealing with relationships, interactions are better now. And this can be as advanced as you, forming better relationships with, your spouse or your network circles, and building key relationships that are propelling you forward in life and career. To as simple as you developing a better relationship with the person that you share your cubicle with, cubicle wall with. Something as simple and something as complex. But definitely, Jupiter is adding to this, because Jupiter transiting through Aries is going to bring a good influence of benevolence into your social image, how you're seen, how you're perceived, your status. There's going to be a lot of interactions of learning and teaching in your career, in your outer world. Okay, and so probably you're going to be coming out, you're probably going to be coming across teachers who show you important skills in your workplace, show you important skills that you can use to advance in your career. Or it is also quite possible that you're going to be recognized. And in fact, both of these things can happen to some degree. You'll notice both of these things happening. Because Jupiter is the teacher, but Jupiter also represents teaching. Jupiter is wisdom, but Jupiter also represents gaining wisdom. through the process. So it's also quite possible that you will be getting recognized for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for your sound judgment, for your ethics, for your inspirational ideas, for your creativity. And no matter what you do, architect, programmer, financial analyst, creativity, it doesn't really have to do a lot with art or things like that. Creativity is about things that you've been working on. I can see especially here, things that you've been working on for the past 1 year, that you've been working hard on, that you've been researching, that you've been studying, that you've been working hard on. I see you pushing them out for the world to see, to look, and to appreciate. So it's a very good influence that this Jupiter transit is creating in your chart, because you need the benefic planets, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, to support you. Because malefic planets, they help you get a lot of ish done, but they are also the planets that give you mental stress, anxiety, health problems, worries, because too much work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So therefore, you have at the moment, especially in the next 20 days or so, good influences being formed. In fact, this entire cycle is going to be good for the next couple of months or so. You have good influences being formed through Jupiter and through Venus, which are going to bring about a lot of nice positive influences in your relationships, in your communications with people, in your interactions with people in your workplace, people in general, your spouse, your in-laws, your family. And these harmonious influences are going to give you much needed mental rest, so to speak, which is going to help you push further along the goals that you've set for yourself. And you're going to get there, definitely. By June next year, your situation is going to be completely different, because these malefic planets, they surely are helping you out a lot. But yeah, Jupiter is going to bring about a lot of luck also, in your workplace, in your area of work. So if you've been, thinking about publishing a book, or pushing out a song, releasing a music video, or any sort of thing that you have been working on for a while, that you've been thinking about finally sharing it with the world, I would suggest that you do it. It's going to be great for you, and I wish you the best in this period. As always, Jupiter works well if you work with Jupiter, which means try to stay ethically correct in whatever you do. So especially in your area of work, stay ethically correct, follow the rules, work with the rules. That's how Jupiter works. Be ethically correct, but work with the rules, the way things are done in that area. Okay, don't function outside the norms. So it's going to help you out that much more. And also keep your moral conduct right. Jupiter always helps you when you do things like this, because the energy of Jupiter, especially when it's passing through your 10th house or through your 9th house, the energy of Jupiter is always aligned towards you being seen as a person by the people, as a person who's wise, as a person who people can rely upon. So you may not be aware of that, but you're putting that energy out there. And if you're putting that energy out there, you better act in accordance with that energy as well. Okay? Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post. And subscribe to the channel, because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Leo, hi. Leo, this is a great transit for you. I'm not even talking about the other influences going on in your chart. I'm going to get to them, but this is a great transit for you. Because from your sign, and you are a fire sign, Jupiter is transiting 9th from you in the sign of Aries. Okay? From you, it is the 9th house. So it's like a double influence of a fire sign that Jupiter is transiting through. This is going to be a wonderful period of luck, wonderful period of travel, wonderful period of wisdom, gaining wisdom, religious ceremonies, good relationships with your seniors, your gurus, your father also, or father figures. In this period, you're going to learn a lot, you're going to gain a lot of wisdom, and you're also going to share a lot of wisdom. You're going to put the word out there about matters that, you care deeply about. Sharing information. There will be growth also in any future-based or any long-term investments that you have. I see that there's going to be growth with respect to that. Luck is also going to be in your favor over the period of the next 1 year. Yeah, I mean, your creativity is going to be at a high. Luck is going to be great for you. Your expression is going to be wonderful. Your sense of self-expression, your optimism about life. As such, this is a wonderful transit for you, and it's a wonderful period of life for you in which you're going to experience a lot of good things. Okay? A lot of good relationships. And also, one thing which is very interesting with this transit of Jupiter is your alignment with your higher objective in life, your higher wisdom, your life path, what you aspire towards, the bigger picture. You're going to be acting in accordance with that. So maybe, and I'm looking at your chart and I'm seeing it, maybe, in the past few years, things have been a little bit tough. You've hung in there, you've worked hard, there have been difficulties in your relationships, in your career, you've been slogging it out, you've been working hard and going at it, and you've not really been seeing the kind of results that you want to see in terms of, an area where you feel that, okay, maybe I can rest a little bit now. Maybe I can take it easy for a bit. You haven't really reached that place yet. But this Jupiter is bringing you closer to that. Because what it's going to do is, it's going to align you. Okay? It's going to align you with, look, this is the bigger picture. This is what you want. This is what you were working towards, and look, this is what it's bringing you towards. So it's going to be a great period where you're going to find a lot of clarity in life. You're probably going to, meet or get consultations by some good knowledgeable people, ask for guidance. Now, obviously, the specifics depend on your chart, and for that, you'll have to get a personal reading, for which, if you're interested, you can check out the links given below. Otherwise, in a general sense, what this is going to do is it's going to give you the necessary judgment that you need to take the important decisions that you want to take to make your life better. Okay? So, apart from this, everything's pretty much the same. You're working hard with Mars going retrograde in Gemini. That's going to go on for a while. You're focused and you're moving towards slow and steady fashion towards what you want to achieve in your work, in your status, in the outer world, because of the influence of the North Node. That is there. Saturn has been restructuring your relationships for a while, but that's coming to a close. It's gonna, now you'll see for the next 3 months, till Saturn changes signs, Saturn's going to pretty much try and even out all sorts of changes that Saturn's made in the past 3 years in terms of your relationships. Okay, that's good. Venus and Mercury transiting through Capricorn is going to bring you in a pretty balanced mode with respect to your daily chores, your daily tasks, your duties, the small things, the necessary things that you need to do about your life, from accounting to the household chores to shopping for the important things. It's bringing a good positive energy in that area of your life. So you're going to be dotting a lot of I's and crossing a lot of T's, completing a lot of things, I see, as this year closes. So all in all, I would say pretty great influences. I'm very happy for you. And in this period, I would say that, to get the most out of this Jupiter transit, Jupiter always helps you when you work with Jupiter, which is try to be morally correct. Try to be ethically right. Try not to disrespect you, especially. Try not to disrespect gurus or your elders. If you don't agree with what they say, that's okay. You can just agree to disagree. There's no need to, confront them. Just walk away from that situation. Because sometimes Jupiter can test you. When Jupiter is giving you a lot of blessings, it's kind of one of those planets that can test you. So just be aware of that. You can use citrine for better luck. And if you get some sort of a religious ceremony done at home, or if you have a chanting practice or a mantra practice that you follow, it can help you reap the benefits of this transit even more, many times. Okay? Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to this channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Virgo. Hi. Virgo, this transit is going to be very transformational for you. And although I see that there are a lot of energies in your chart right now which are oriented towards making the necessary changes, making the necessary transformations in your life which can bring about the results that you want. Okay? You've been working hard at things for a while. There's a lot of that energy. There's a lot of the energy of a lot of spiritual growth also that you've gone through. In the last 10 days or so, 10 days, 2 weeks, mainly 10 days, there has been a good sort of change in how you're feeling in general. Your relationships, your overall optimism towards life. Maybe you're having fun, maybe you're having a good harmonious time in relationships, close relationships, relationships with your children, love relationships. Maybe you're enjoying expressing yourself in some way. You could be traveling or things like that. So I see that has been because of the influence of Venus and Mercury through Capricorn. So that is looking good. Now, when Jupiter comes into the sign of Aries, there's going to be a shift in this energy, which might perturb you at first, which might feel sort of difficult at first, like uncomfortable, but is going to be a very positively transformational period for you in the next 1 year. You're going to focus your energies more in the direction of aligning your life with your long-term vision. You're going to start thinking about, what do I want to leave behind? Some of you may be getting an inheritance in this period. And it's also possible that some of you are, entering into a new relationship, getting married. There is a level of suddenness that I'm seeing with this transit of Jupiter with you. But it's not necessarily suddenness which is like coming out of nowhere, but it's like you have been wanting to do something for a while and it just happens. You had been dilly-dallying, you had been planning, you had been thinking, I want to do this. Should I put my money in that fund? Should I buy that property? Should I invest? What should I do? And you go ahead and you do it. So there is a good sort of suddenness that I'm seeing. Good sort of improvements that are coming suddenly. So overall, I'd say that this Jupiter transit is great for you in terms of transforming your life for the better. But any sort of change that comes about suddenly, it's not comfortable sort of change. So you just have to keep your mind open to things and focus more on approaching things from the perspective of the long term. Focus more on approaching things from the perspective of how aligned it is with what I want my legacy to be. And maybe some of you are actually, have actually been thinking about that for some time. You've been thinking about that. You've been thinking that maybe I should be thinking seriously about a good life insurance plan. Maybe I should be thinking seriously about getting my will and getting all my wealth, properly structured. That's not a bad thing. Because, unless and until you're serious about these things, unless and until you plan these things out, you will always look at the future with a certain uncertainty. So, I would say that, Jupiter is going to put you through a lot of these sudden things, sudden initiatives, and it might just be that, you meet a person and they tell you that, hey, do you have life insurance? And you say that, yeah, I did, but then got discontinued. I don't really think I need it. And they say, no, you should. And they show you a plan, and you begin talking, and they actually, put you down for a great plan, and you invest in it, and that's how it happens. Or you meet somebody, who's a friend, and he or she, they tell you about some sort of an investment scheme, and you're, a little iffy at first, and then they show you all the benefits, they show you the portfolio and everything, and they tell you and they teach you how you can invest, and you get down and you make some sort of an investment. So I definitely see that you're coming across some sort of people who are probably going to be advising you in this sort of sudden change that is coming, sudden shifts that are coming, but it's for the better. You're going to have people who are advising you also, in this direction. And you yourself are also going to want to dig deep into occult, dig deep into mysterious things, dig deep into all of those things that actually form a very important part of life here on planet Earth. So money has as much importance here on planet Earth as do topics of spirituality, occult, mysticism, because these are topics that help you discover the unseen part of life. And money, finances, insurance, these are things that help you stabilize and look at the part of life that you can see, that you can comprehend, that you work with, that you build with. Okay? So all in all, it's a very interesting transit for you. Great. I would say that to harness these energies the best, Jupiter works for you when you work with Jupiter, is what I'd say. Try to keep your Thursdays sattvic. It's going to help you a lot. Obviously, specific energies I can only tell after looking at specific charts. For that, if you're interested, you can always get a reading from me. You can check out the links below for that. But in general, when you have a transit like that going on for you, it's a good idea to fast on Thursdays and do some charity for religious causes, religious purposes, and if you can't fast, just try and keep your Thursdays sattvic. It's going to help you out a lot. Okay, citrine can help, and yellow sapphire can also help, but yellow sapphire is pretty expensive, but yeah, that's only recommended on a specific basis. But citrine is something that everybody can wear. You can keep citrine crystals from your workplace, in your bedroom and things like that. So that's not a problem at all. Everybody can do that. It'll help bring more luck into your life and channel this energy in a better way. Okay? Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Libra. Hi. Libra, this is a great transit for you, but it is not an easy transit. It's a great transit because this transit is going to bring about a lot of new relationships, a lot of new people who have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to offer to you in this time period. You're going to come across a lot of people like that. It's not easy to handle, because this sort of energy that Jupiter is bringing in the sign of Aries to you, Libra, because Aries is right opposite to you, can also bring about dealings with people which may not necessarily be people that you want to interact with. Contracts, could also be litigations, having to work with people closely and work out how to balance things with them. So Jupiter in the 7th house, it's good in terms of the way that it always brings you across people, or it mostly brings you across people who advise you, who help you. It's negative in terms of the aspect that Jupiter in the 7th house has a tendency to give away more to strike a deal, to close a deal. So in this time period, it's quite possible that in order to settle a conflict, in order to settle a case, in order to settle litigation, you might reach a resolution by giving a little bit more than you prepared to. It will solve the situation. You'll have the advice that you need to, but you might probably have to give up a little bit more than you want to. Okay, that's the only downside with it. All in all, it's going to be good in terms of the incoming gains that you get. You could be opening up new sources of income, new friendships, new people in the network circle, new relationships with your peers, better at communicating. Right now, actually, starting the 20th, great time period for you to communicate with your siblings, going on short journeys, things like that. Great time for that. And also, it's good that we have Venus and Mercury in Capricorn squaring Jupiter. It's not a bad square, actually. It's a good square, because on the one hand, you have Venus and Mercury placed the way they are, bringing your attention to your domestic life, bringing your attention to all the things that you need in your day-to-day life, your private life, to feel comfortable, to feel happy. And then you have Jupiter here in Aries, making you work towards the things that you actively seek out, things that you feel that you need to balance out your relationships. So it's good, because it's going to take the focus more in the direction of the things in your personal life, or things that don't have to do much with you per se, your identity or your career, but things that form the foundation of your public life, of your career, of your finances, and things like that. So all in all, it's a good time period for you. Things are changing. Last few years could have been trying, but Saturn is going to change signs soon. So is Mars, as well. There's still a lot of lessons that you have to go through, and I feel that with Mars retrograde in Gemini, there is definitely a lot of energy, a lot of expansive energy that you're currently still going through. You're working hard towards in building the sort of vision, or working towards the sort of vision that you have your eyes set on. Okay? There's still a lot of transformation that you're going through, that you have to go through. But, this transit of Jupiter is going to help you out in that process, because it's going to kind of like speed things up a bit in terms of bringing you across the people who can make a lot of those things happen. Okay, take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel, because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Scorpio. Hi. Scorpio, I see that at the moment Mars going retrograde in Gemini for a while probably is creating a lot of changes in your life. Not all these would be pleasant. It's quite possible that you've actually gone through a lot of roller coaster like sudden changes in your life of late, and you might still be reeling from a few of them. What I can say, however, is that this is important for you to transform in the way that you need to transform to move along your life journey. It's quite possible that some of it has been quite difficult. But the reason that you're going through this is kind of, how you have an uncut diamond. And for that uncut diamond to actually look beautiful, you have to polish it, you have to, rub it, you have to cut it. And that process in itself, it's not easy, it's not comfortable. But that is what is required to expose the true brilliance of that piece of rock. That is what you are going through right now. I would say the crux of your energy is that. In this Jupiter transiting through Aries, it's going to bring about a lot of challenges. It's not going to be an easy transit for you. You're probably going to be working a lot over the next 1 year. Might be taking on some debt, might be taking on some responsibilities in the workplace, added responsibilities, working hard, working like a workaholic. But this is, good. This is good because once you are able to burn off this karma, once you are able to work hard and move towards what you want, if you channelize it properly, that is. If you don't channelize it properly, if you keep trying to escape, then it's not going to help you out. But if you channelize this properly, it's going to take you higher in your career. It's going to increase, improve your reputation. There is a lot to be gained with the workload that is coming ahead, the amount of work that is coming ahead for you. Couple that up with all of these transformations and sudden events that you're already going through. You might feel overwhelmed, but look at it as an opportunity for growth. If you look at it from that perspective and you rely on your relationships and you rely on the people that you meet, the people that you come across, building more connections, building more influence, seeking help, taking help, and growing spiritually. If you focus your energies in this direction, distribute them in this way, there is a lot to gain. Especially in the second half of the next year, I can see that you're going to go into a very dominating sort of mode with respect to all the things that you want to accomplish in life. This energy will really favor you. But at the moment, Jupiter is bringing a lot of work, it's bringing a lot of responsibilities, a lot of conflicts, difficulties your way. You might also be getting a pet, and take care of your health is what I'd say. Get a new routine in place. If you feel that you've been slacking for a while, get a new solid routine in place. And once you do that, you'll feel that, okay, my God, this is working easily. This is happening like clockwork. And you're going to grow a lot in this year, I would say, in the next 1 year. Okay? Thank you, my lovely Scorpions. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel so that you can stay abreast of all the wonderful content that I post, and push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Sagittarius. Hi. Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruling planet. And this transit is great for you because Jupiter is going through a fire sign. You are a fire sign. Jupiter is transiting 5th from you. Wonderful. Wonderful time period in your life. You're going to be encountering, a lot of helpful influences in the area of bettering your life, improving your life. Overall, you're going to feel very optimistic. You're going to feel very romantic as well. You're going to feel very expressive. You'll feel pretty blessed, no matter, and this is something, you know, which is universal, no matter what other influences are there in your chart. They can be difficult, and obviously specific predictions can only be based on specific charts. For that, you know, you can always check out the links below and get a personal reading. But in general, the energy of this Jupiter is based on giving you the necessary drive, creativity, and self-confidence to improve your life situation. You're going to have a drive to learn, a drive to teach, a drive to create. You will feel intelligent. You might even be, you know, recognized for your intelligence, for your creativity. You will learn new things, teach new things, research new things. And those of you who've been working hard to, you know, get a degree, a college degree, you'll get it. I mean, obviously, specific influences need to be looked at, but if you're working hard towards it, this is a very good sign that you'll be able to get it. Religious ceremonies, art, culture, learning history, learning your religious past, philosophy, all these things I see. Yeah, so there are some influences, however, from other planets that are making things difficult. Because you have Mars going retrograde in Gemini, you know, opposite you. Maybe you've been encountering conflicts. Maybe you've been encountering difficulties in dealing with people. That could be a situation. And you need to be cautious in your dealings with people. All in all, this Jupiter transit is going to be very positive. It's going to be, you know, give you all sorts of happiness that you want. But you have to still be focused on the influences that are being created by the malefic planets, because Saturn is going to change signs, yes, but Saturn is still kind of impacting and influencing your interactions with your peers, the kind of help that you can get from them. There are still some fears that you need to let go of, that you need to work with, that you need to get over. One good thing is that you have Mercury and Venus going through your Capricorn, you know, through second from your sign, through a second house in the sign of Capricorn. So that is good, because in terms of money, in terms of income, in terms of assets, there's a good influence going on for you right now. You might actually feel very passionate. You might actually feel very driven to create new assets, create you know, new income. However, you have to kind of be focused as well on how you're managing the assets and the savings that you already have. Because the way that Mars is placed here, the way that, you know, you see the North Node is transiting through Taurus, you know, 6th from you, these influences are pointing out towards some difficult challenges that you might be encountering, for which you might have to take a little bit out of you know, your savings in order to solve those situations, in order to address those situations. But all in all, with a Jupiter placement like this, it's very good. It's good in terms of investments, it's good in terms of happiness from children, it's good in terms of creativity. If you focus your attention towards all the things that are good in your life, all the things that are great, all the things that you are thankful for, and you focus on improving your life using those things, I definitely see that you'll be able to take a lot of advantage from this transit over the next 1 year. No matter how all of the transits are playing out, what's happening, what's not happening, this Jupiter certainly has the power to give you a lot of blessings. Okay? And in general, a time period of joy with friends. Possibly also gain of property, gain of vehicle. Okay? So, my lovely Sagittarians, that's what I have for you. One more thing I think that I'd add here is Jupiter works for you when you work with the energies of Jupiter. For that, you know, just try to always be morally correct when you're dealing with situations. I mean, morals are a very subjective concept, I know, but Jupiter's energy is a very conservative sort of an energy. Work within the ambit of, what it is defined by. Try to be ethically correct in your dealings with people, in your dealings in general. Try to be morally correct. Citrine obviously is a crystal that can help. You can use that. And also, the sacral chakra, if you meditate on the sacral chakra, do a meditation for the sacral chakra, that can also help. And with this sort of transit for you, if you do some chanting work, if you do some, religious activities, things like that, no matter what your religion, whatever your faith, whatever you like, whatever you enjoy, if you do that, that can obviously, help you a lot in this period. Okay, take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. My lovely Capricorns. Hi. Capricorn, I see in your chart that you might have started feeling in the past 10 days that, let me just look after myself a little bit. Let me look after my looks. Let me take care of my body. Let me take care of my appearance. That is good because that is the influence of Venus and Mercury transiting to Capricorn. So that is a very good influence actually that has recently come about in your chart. And there are actually a lot of good influences taking place in your chart. North Node has been pushing you towards expressing more of your creative potential. You might be feeling frustrated because incoming gains are not as probably predictable. They may have been sporadic. The income, the money, the liquidity might seem unpredictable. But if that is happening to you, it's because you're channeling the nodal energy wrong. Bring your focus back towards creating and doing the best work of your life. Creating the best of what you can. And you will start unlocking, the gifts that the South Node has to give you. Okay? But talking about this Jupiter transit is good for you. It's going to bring about a lot of stability in your bank account, changes in your home. You might be relocating, you might be renovating. Your focus is going to be on improving your domestic life, your home, your conveniences, your vehicles, your assets, fixed assets, machines, machinery, land. So in terms of property, in terms of everything that has to do with your stability, I see that this is a great energy coming your way. And you're going to be focused more on going inwards to explore more of, what you think about spiritualistic concepts. You might be going for a retreat. You might be taking, some sort of a session with a therapist of some sort. It's quite possible. Because I feel that with this sort of placement, with this sort of transit, there is definitely an aspect of your childhood that is going to come up. Okay. Now for everybody that means something else. If you've had a great childhood, that sort of aspect is going to come up. If you had a difficult childhood, that sort of aspect is going to come up. But it's going to bring you deeper towards addressing, going through, and making sense out of all of those experiences, all of those, things that you've gone through in life, I would say, mentally, not necessarily physically. So, great time period for spiritual development. See, anytime Jupiter transits a water sign or a water house, which is what? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, 4, 8 and 12. Anytime Jupiter transits, these houses or signs, the energy is interchangeable. There is a lot of spiritual development, spiritual growth that occurs along with it. So I see that there's a lot of spiritual development, there's a lot of spiritual growth that is occurring in your life in the next 1 year. And this is kind of going to, this sort of a growth is going to be inwards mainly. You're going to stabilize, you're going to, grow your roots first. And then next year, when Jupiter transits into Taurus, you're going to see the results, you're going to see it bloom, you're going to see a lot of growth. Okay? So, I think that this is pretty good. Even with Saturn, you might have been feeling a little bit restricted. I see that, there have been a lot of restrictions with respect to your resources, funds, money, income, things like that. You might be feeling that, but that's temporary. As soon as Jupiter hits, Saturn ultimately is going to move out, and it is going to move into the sign of Pisces. That's going to be third from you. So with this renewed optimism, with this renewed support and the stabilization that is also coming in internally, you feeling anchored internally, is also with this influence is also going to come a certain level of willpower, force and focus to push forward and make things happen and create things the way that you want. Execute your plans. Okay? So all in all, good transit for you, I'd say. Obviously, when Jupiter goes retrograde, the influence is going to be different, and I'm going to cover that in a different video. But for the moment, as soon as this happens, 20th of December, you'll notice quite a few of these things taking place, happening. And because as soon as the transit takes place, the events are set in motion. You probably might already be working in that direction. Right about that time, you're going to feel it the most. Okay? So thank you, my lovely Capricorn. Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Aquarius. Hi. Aquarius. I can see that cycle of change, personal transformation, a lot of inner work, by now, you might have started noticing, has begun to pay off. You must have, in the past few months, especially in the past few weeks, gotten a much better understanding of what makes you feel powerful. And although I feel by looking at your chart, you're still getting a hang of what truly is your inner stability, your inner security, what truly is your most authentic expression. But you've made a lot of inroads. And with Venus and Mercury transiting through Capricorn, I can definitely see that, right now you're in a phase of rest and recuperation. For the last 10 days, definitely. You're spending time by yourself, you're taking a little bit of a time off, you're thinking about things, you're taking things easy. And that's good, because that rest is sort of going to pay out for you. And just right after this, shortly afterwards, by the end of this year, at the beginning of the next month, you're going to feel a very good energy pushing you forwards and bringing you back to focus on yourself, your physical appearance, pampering yourself, loving yourself, and going into the new year with a much more positive, mindset. I see that. What this Jupiter transit is doing for you is that this Jupiter transit is bringing about a lot of interaction, a lot of work that is related to studying, communication, interactions with, a larger group of people, you want to go out and talk to people. You want to go out, for random weekend getaways, short trips. You're probably going to want to write a lot, communicate a lot, make videos, vlog, things like that, read, take up a new hobby. So this is more of a fun transit for you. This Jupiter transit for you is more based on fun. You're going to now focus a lot more on the fun side of life. Just enjoying, having fun, just taking things easy for a while. Like, tune out the wisdom, tune out the heavy philosophy and universe and cosmos things. I don't want to think about all of that. I just want to talk about mundane stuff, and I want to chat, and I want to have a good time, and I want to just party, and I want to just enjoy, and just be in the moment. That's the sort of energy that this Jupiter is bringing towards you, which is so good, because you are one of the most, you're probably the most unconventional signs of the zodiac. So this energy that Jupiter is bringing towards you is going to give you a lot of optimism, a lot of positivity, and a lot of confidence in just being able to speak your mind. And a lot of great ideas are also coming into your mind in this time period. I would suggest that you maintain a journal. Write those ideas in a journal. Write the things that you think about in a journal. And just go with the flow and try to create as much as you want to create content. Don't share it. Create for yourself. Put it online and then save it into your archives. It doesn't matter. But a lot of what you create in this time period, a lot of the seemingly uninteresting, fleeting, inspirational, moments that you have, that you convert into some sort of content in some way, or some sort of action. They can have a lot of long-term impact in your life, and you might actually just not even realize it when you stumble into creating something very interesting. So there are serendipitous moments for the taking if you are willing to explore, if you are willing to allow yourself to just go with the flow and do your thing. So I would suggest that you take your chances with whatever it is that you feel like creating, whatever it is that you feel like learning, whatever it is that you feel like talking about. Okay? So pretty light sort of energy coming through for you with this transit of Jupiter, and everything's looking great. Obviously, when Jupiter goes retrograde, I'm going to cover that in a separate video. But for the time being, this is great. That's all that I have for you, my lovely Aquarians. Take care. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post, and subscribe to the channel, because I post a lot of great content and I'd like you to watch it. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios. Pisces, hi. My lovely Pisces, Jupiter is your ruling planet. And so this transit is very important for you, because Jupiter rules your watery sign and is going into a fiery sign of Aries. Now you are all about release, the other realm, spirituality, letting go, staying at the back, staying hidden, doing your own thing. And Aries is all about going out there, taking initiative, creating things, taking action. So this is going to be a very transformational sort of transit for you. This 1 year period that Jupiter is in Aries, you will feel a sort of energy within you which might be quite unlike what you're used to. And you might even think, I'm surprising myself. Like, do I just randomly, go on trips like that? Do I just do things like that now? Have I changed? That's just a transit of, Jupiter. Because you also have the North Node in Taurus giving you this energy of drive, initiative, taking action, giving you a lot of courage, giving you a lot of this energy of taking chances, being gutsy. So you couple that up with this Jupiter, you see that, there's definitely a lot of energy of, you wanting to talk about things that are bold, not worrying about what people think about it. You're going to want to be in the spotlight. You're going to want to be in the thick of things. You're going to want to be in action. It's going to be a good time period for you in terms of your family as well. Your family lineage, assets, wealth. And yes, you might also be tempted to indulge in sweets, indulge in, nice cuisines, explore that. Because Jupiter can be a very indulgent energy, especially through the second house. So, just keep a check on that. And in terms of your career, in terms of your workplace, status, I see that this is a good energy. It's going to give you a lot of stability in those areas. And you're going to be also taking a lot of initiative on those areas to stabilize them, to improve situations in your career, in your reputation, how people see you, what you do, kind of initiative towards your projects, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. Okay? And at the moment, you might also have been feeling for the past 10 days this energy of Venus and Mercury transiting through your 11th house, in the sign of Capricorn. So that's 11th from you. Irrespective of whether you have your ascendant, sun or moon in Pisces, that is in effect, but in a different degree, right? So Venus and Mercury for you transiting through Capricorn, definitely at this moment, you might probably be enjoying good time with some new friends that you may have made, exploring new sources of income, or opening up new sources of income. Okay, there is a lot of this energy of working towards things to create a certain financial goal that you might have had, or create a certain goal in general that you might have about, like a bucket list or something of that sort. Okay, so at the moment, I see that those combinations are being formed, and then Jupiter comes along in Aries on the 20th, and it's going to add, quite literally, fuel to the fire, or let's say fire to the fuel. You're going to feel very positive, you're going to feel very energetic. And Saturn's going to be transiting into Pisces sometime in March, I think. And so it's good that you have Jupiter in Aries, because it's going to counteract that bit of a dullness that you're going to be feeling because of that Saturn transit. So I would suggest that before March, before Saturn comes into Pisces, whatever initiatives you have that you want to take action on, go take action on them. Whatever things that you want to create, you want to set in motion, go do that. Because Saturn, when it comes into Pisces, it's going to stay there for like 2.5 to 3 years, and that might slow you down later on. So right now, the energy of Jupiter in Aries is right. I would suggest that you take advantage of it as much as you can, and move forward with it, and move fast with it. Okay, because you see this energy of Jupiter. Jupiter is coming back into the sign of Aries. It wasn't there in the sign of Aries, it's not coming there for the first time. It was there in the sign of Aries, it went back in the sign of Pisces, now it's coming back in the sign of Aries. Okay? So, therefore, you have this very small window, and if you take the most advantage of it, you can really move forward with it and create a lot of momentum. Because Jupiter right now, it's moving fast. Okay? And since it's moving fast, it's going to help you accomplish a lot of things that were lying idle, a lot of things that you had gotten down to but hadn't been able to complete because Jupiter had gone retrograde, and now suddenly it's going to come and it's going to be like, let's do this action mode, let's do this. So I would suggest that you capitalize on that energy, and all in all, Pisces, I see that it's a pretty positive sort of reading for you. Make the best of it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel so that you can stay abreast of all the wonderful content that I post, and push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post. Thank you so much. Take care. Adios.